Good morning, everyone. It is March the 9th, 2021, Tuesday, and it's F-150 Studios coming at you from beautiful Starbucks, California. Today, I would like to talk about International Women's Day. Now, I should have put this out yesterday, but frankly, I was exhausted after working all night and I had to take a nap even to get enough energy to get out of my car and go from the garage to the house and go into bed. Um, but anyway, International Women's Day is a celebration of tyranny and mass murder. Why do I say that? Well, the question is, why is March 8th International Women's Day? And the reason for that is that the coalition of socialists and communists who first proclaimed International Women's Day in 1926 chose March 8th to commemorate the victory of communism in Russia that began with the Russian Revolution, what the Russians call the February Revolution. It was the February 17th on the Orthodox calendar, but it's March 8th on the modern calendar. So that was deliberate. And by 1926, the murderous nature of that communist regime already was quite on display. Even as early as 1918, when Lenin, in August of that year, issued what's come to be known as his hanging order, where he ordered his henchmen, sorry, rebalance things here, uh, ordered his henchmen to round up 100 kulaks, that's middle class farmers, and hang them. Round up 100 of them more or less at random. He did say to pick his most vociferous opponents first, but he wanted 100. And a couple of weeks after issuing that, he sent an angry letter demanding to know why they were taking so long doing this. So it was ratified that date in 1975 by the United Nations. And by that time, of course, the horror of international communism was beyond dispute. Um, we're talking not just Russia, but China, Vietnam, um, yeah, yeah, today Venezuela. Everywhere it went, it was just a blot on the human spirit. Horrible oppressions, torture, mass imprisonment. And in fact, in 1975, I believe, was also when the first publication of Solzhenitsyn's The Gulag Archipelago in English was released. And that really spelled the end of any realistic person's thoughts about the moral and economic superiority of communism. It revealed it in its really horrendously ugly light. So, when people are encouraging you to celebrate International Women's Day, understand that they are encouraging you to celebrate a system of tyranny and mass murder that accounted for 100 million or so people killed by their own governments during the course of the 20th century, and which still carries on in some locations. Again, the aforementioned Venezuela, communist China. They've abandoned a lot of the economic aspects, which in fact Lenin did, but they hold to the power aspects of it, and that's the real appeal of socialism: is the power you exercise over others, regardless. In fact, the bodies, the suffering, the famines, those are all features. These people can't make their own lives better, so their power comes from making other people's lives worse. So understand that when you're told to, oh, celebrate International Women's Day, they're actually wanting you to celebrate just a horrendous orgy of mass murder, torture, imprisonment, suppression of free speech and freedom of thought and freedom of conscience and freedom of worship and Fourth Amendment. Forget the Second Amendment; that's completely out in a tyrannical regime. So, uh, you they just are celebrating everything that the United States stands against, everything that free people anywhere stand against. That's all for today. I'm going to go home and get some sleep. I've got one more day of work today. My daughters, that's with an apostrophe after the S, not before, they're twins. Um, the day had to come, but they are 18 today. It's kind of a bittersweet day knowing that they now are adults, and you know, done the best I could for them. Certainly lament, a lot of the time we didn't have together because had to work and make a living. But it's been a fun ride, and they've got certainly more to go. So we'll see how that develops. Take care, everyone. Talk to you later. Bye.